Holy smokes! CM Punk is back, and I'm all tangled up. I can't believe it. Dynamite delivers on the main event. Oh yeah! What's up, Panda? Woo, man! The Lionheart versus Moxley. What a matchup! If you didn't see it live, watch it at 8 o'clock. Wrestling delivers on the main event. So happy I watched that show. I am ready. Panda's here. I'm ready. I'm ready. Are you ready, Panda? Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, wrestling fans around the multiverse, welcome to Gary Lamb Main Event Mania. Tell them, Panda. Oh yeah. CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. All right. AEW. Dynamite is in the book. Quake by the Lake. Not the best name for an event, but you know what? JR said it during the match. Hey, get in the screen camera. Come on. Get in there. Show yourself off. Bye. JR said this was like an intense, a very, very intense event from beginning to end. Didn't disappoint. Mox versus Jericho. Tremendous matchup. I was really pleased. Very physical matchup. Very believable matchup. I was into it. Jericho looked fantastic. I was rooting for Jericho, to be honest. He just really looked good. I really had a good time watching professional wrestling tonight. And I'm happy I hyped it up. I'm happy I'm here. And I'm going to give the things that I liked and things I didn't like. I'll probably think of a name for this segment. One thing I liked about this event, from the beginning to the end, all the matches were intense, but nothing went too long. Okay? It was perfect. Nothing went too long. So I really enjoyed that nothing went too long, intense, everybody brought it. Great job. I'm hearing some kind of talking behind me. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe that's just it. But nothing went too long. Really, really good. Sometimes the matches can drag on. They really alleviate that issue. Nice fall finishes. But everything was down to business. I really like that. What this show needs to improve on, there's way too many damn factions. I can't keep up. Everyone's in a gang. Like there's not like one lone wolf in the whole thing. All right? Nobody walks alone. It's just too many people to catch up. I guess they're trying to get everybody involved, but I just like it's just too many. Like how many people are going to be in the damn gang? All right. Excellent match. The main event, just based on what I saw in the show, I think this whole match, the build up to it, it got all the rest of the guys to step up their level. Everyone in the car was pretty good. I'm just going to go through match by match. I'm going to go by really quick. So I want to talk a lot about the main event. All right? I never set a timer for here. I always have a plan that I'm not going to go over time, but that never happens. So whatever. Oh, I can see it right here. Come on, I'm set it right now. But I just got a lot to say. That and the San Francisco Giants are overmatched by the Padres. If you're a Giants fan, they are kind of overmatched. So, yeah, boom, check that out. Boom. 50 minutes from now, I'll say goodbye. But for right now, I gotta say hello. Say hello to my little friend. Me and Panda talking wrestling. That's probably my favorite sport to talk about. And I'm just gonna go ahead match by match. And talk about this event. I would, if you didn't watch it live, watch it. Let's get right into it. Quake by the Lake. Darby Allin versus Brody King in a coffin match. Sometimes AEW gets a little gimmicky with these matches, but with Darby, I think it just fits him. Brody King and Darby, nice and violent. Brody does most of the damage early. I mean, back up, get old. Ugh. He brought it to Darby. One thing I like about Darby is he's a high flyer, but he's really, really physical. Much like the Lucha Bros. I like that stuff. It's really cool to have someone who's going to be flying over the place, but everything looks real, everything looks hard, everything looks sharp. Love that about Darby. What came in? The House of Black kind of interfered with this. Hey, wait a minute. The best part of the match. The House of Black is interfering. And sorry, I'm so excited, but I can't help it. Everyone's like, "We want Sting. We want Sting." Someone goes for the coffin to put Darby away, and the announcers did a great job trying to protect Darby. I'm trying to protect Brody, and saying, "Hey, you should put Darby away right now." He probably should have, selling that he might have won the match. Again, favorite part of the match. Go to get the coffin, and out comes, boom, Sting. I just wasn't expecting it. I mean, you see everything. I just wasn't expecting, OG Sting to come out of the coffin. I'm like, man. And he came in. He did his thing. He looked great. It was believable. He had a little interaction with Malachi Black. And I liked the ending. It wasn't too much. If you weren't looking, you would pay attention. But the ending was Darby gets Brody. Brody's looking out towards the ramp on the wrong side of the ropes on the apron. Coffin's down here. Darby chokes him and kicks him and bounces right in somehow. At first, I really liked it, but I thought, does that hurt Brody? But everyone can't be the top guy. And I guess the main guy in the House of Black is Malachi Black, and I wonder if they're teasing something with Sting and Black. I don't know. We'll see. But it gives you something to go back on. There was like 15, 16 segments here, so I'm going to go through them really fast. Good match. So it started. JR at the end of this show said it started out intense, ended intense. It really did. And what I was really looking for was to see if they're going to deliver on that main event. I thought this time they're going to do it. Okay. Anyway, and next, speaking of the main event, next segment, after the match is over, right to a John Moxley interview. He put over the interim championship. He said it's for Mox is about pain. He sold violence. And this challenge is going to be a tough match. And I love what they did here. Jericho comes and interviews next, or he does a rant. He really sold that he is the last survivor of Stu Hart's dungeon. He's saying Stu Hart's, not a cuddly old man. He's putting him in moves. So it's like, man, it says that something's going to be different. Something's about to be different in this match, right? It's going to be another version of Chris Jericho, and there was a lot of foreshadowing, and it certainly happened. This match, the Mox versus Jericho match, really liked it. Because it looked like a fight. Nothing totally spectacular happened. I just really liked it. It was a good fight, and it was believable. And that energy, I believe, just carried over to the rest of the show, which was the next. It just stayed hot. It got hot, stayed hot. Next match, tornado tag, which means there's no tagging. Tornado tag, but no tagging. We need a better name. So it was Andre Del Idolo and Rush. I haven't seen much of Rush. I was like, Andre Del Idolo and Rush versus Penta and Ray Phoenix, the Lucha Bros. I love the Lucha Bros. I haven't, I want to give the announcers credit. They kind of hyped up that Andre Del Idolo, for me to say Andre Del Idolo and Rush had like this mask fetish. They were just bent on demasking one of the Lucha Bros. Doesn't look good, man. Not what it looks like. Just kidding. Anyway, so you knew what kind to look for, and they just in those few seconds, whatever I was missing, I didn't see how the rivalry started. I was ready to go. So good job of the announce crew, Excalibur, good old JR and Taz. Really like them. I don't love Excalibur, but someone has to be the voice of the present. Knows all the moves. Kind of annoying, kind of nerdish. But hey, JR's so over the top. He's so over. You can't really say nothing to JR. Taz certainly isn't. So you got to have some annoying geek who's going to challenge JR or Taz, because anyone with any self-awareness is not going to. So that's what Excalibur does. He's able to challenge them. And he did a great job here, getting over Rush and Idolo. As you can imagine, Lucha Bros, any Lucha Bros match is going to be so fast. I can't really take notes. I just enjoyed the action. I did enjoy Rush. I was just soaked into it. Like I just gotta, it was high flying action, but it was hard hitting. Like there was a double team outside maneuver by Rush and El Idolo. They just kept on going. That match from bell to bell, I don't know, like 15 minutes. It was just pedal to the metal, all action, nonstop, and also selling a story that my man El Penta got demasked. I'll go into that later. More on that later. So just some highlights in here that I really liked. Some nice little extras they added to get you invested. There was a point in the match where Ray Phoenix is I think they did an outside maneuver. I forgot what it was. Right, they're just flying over the damn place. But Penta and Phoenix have the edge. The action moves inside. Penta's kind of doing the Eddie Guerrero, getting everyone all charged up. He's doing, right? He's doing like this, but not as cool as me, right? How do you do it like this, man? Yeah, Latino heat, right? And then he goes up and he does, and he's getting everyone psyched up for the frog splash. He does a frog splash, and boom, misses it, right? And that just because what I like about that, it makes it known who is the heel. Who do you cheer for? These guys spoiled the frog splash. In case I liked anything they were doing in the match, I can hate them again. Feel free to hate these guys. So it was a nice psych game. It's like I don't know if they meant to do it, but it made you have to cheer for Phoenix, and it kind of took man, these guys ruined our moment, our Eddie Guerrero moment. So good job there, Ray Phoenix. I gotta say too, Ray Phoenix does some of the craziest moves. Like he's fantastic, walking on the ropes. This guy's amazing. Not the best frog splash, all right? And I'm not putting him down because I said the same thing about Sasha Banks. I say this to appreciate the style that Eddie Guerrero had. RVD had his own version. Even D'Lo Brown, right? So it looks like an easy move, but you got to hit it with style. And Eddie had style, flash, pizzazz. So even Mysterio doesn't do the best frog splash. There's something about the way Eddie did it was magic. There's a couple guys who do it. Like RVD had his own version, but it's not for everybody, you know. Actually, you know who does a good one is Kevin Stein. What do they call him? Kevin Owens, right? He does a great frog splash. Where you go? Candace Breaker. So I just had to bring that up. So that one move in this super fast match, it brings up these feelings of Eddie Guerrero, and missing it makes you like, you know what? These guys fooled my frog splash. I'm rooting against them. Let's go Penta. Let's go Phoenix. Let's go Lucha Bros. So that was a nice move. Yeah, just pumped up right now. All right. So all kinds of action happens. Definitely worth watching this match. Definitely worth watching this show. A cool little moment where Rush and Brody tie. So I'll be through the rope, right? They tie. Let me get another rope here. I'll use this mic. All right, that's the ropes. So they're tying the back of Penta's mask to the ropes, right? And they had to bring up the double knot. The double knot. They double knotted it, right? And you're just thinking, he's stuck there. This match is going to be over. Phoenix is a great wrestler, but he's not going to be, two bigger guys that were, as skilled as anybody, right? But sure enough, I'm loving the double knot. But sure enough, hey, his brother's in trouble. He rips the mask off. He covers his face, and he saves his bro, right? Like, yeah, that's a bro. So that another great maneuver. Like, this guy risked his face. And the whole time, again, the announcers are putting over, like, the respect of the mask and the disrespect of trying to pull it off. The whole team sold this whole moment. So now you're like, hey, man, you've got to root for the Lucha Bros, and you feel bad for them, and you feel sympathy. So meanwhile, a lot of things you didn't expect. So he has no mask. So Penta has no mask. He's in there trying to fight like this, covering his face. And another great moment I forget his manager's name. Whatever. He gets in there. The manager throws a backup mask. Andrade catches it, throws it in the fans. I'm like, yeah, that was cool. That was some cool, mean stuff, right? Credit to the AEW fans. They're like, throw it back, throw it back, throw it back. This is great. You know who to cheer for. You're having a good time. But it's just fighting. It's like one-on-one because the rest of the time, two-on-one because the rest of the time, Penta's got to cover his face, man. Reminds me of Bobby Heenan. He would say, he looks like Quasimodo under there. Anyway, these moments just bring back memories. So, really well done. This is the first time I'm sure I shouldn't rush before, but the first time I saw the bull's horn, which is basically the opponents in the corner, and he's just running double drop kick right to the chest or face and destroys him. Great move. But Pence is eliminated. Phoenix takes that move, and then just a hammerlock DDT. I forget what ELO calls it. Done. Makes you hate those dudes. Lots of action, not too long, but promoting right to the next match. There's going to be a trios championship with Dragon Lee, who is apparently the brother of Rush. And it's going to be the Young Bucks versus the partner of who's it going to be? I haven't been watching, but right after this, they ask none other than Adam Page. And he's just, the Bucks are courting Page. It's like, oh, we're so sorry. Maybe we were jerks. And they actually sounded sympathetic. You know what? We probably were jerks. And the Bucks are the Bucks. They're not the best. They don't terrify anybody with their interview. But they're like, okay, they had a nice argument. It's like, hey, they were very humble, and they brought up the name Hung Bucks, which is brilliant. The Hung Bucks, which Adam Page, the Hangman, the Hung Bucks. That's brilliant. I'm like, kind of going with the Hung Bucks. And I'm looking at the Young Bucks. They're not the Young Bucks have a style though. I like the Young Bucks. I like them. Some people are annoyed by them, but I like them. I mean, and they seem really humble. And I could see Paige with them. I'm not sure, like, why is Paige still with the Dark Order or the Dork Order? I like a lot of those guys individually, but I don't know. They're just together. They kind of blend in, and it's just like, They need a new leader. All right. It's just that this thing with Hangman. I mean, it's just gone on too long. It's gone on too long. I was kind of looking forward to the Hung Bucks, in that tag team, but Adam Page didn't have the best response. He's just like, hey, you could have celebrated the championship with me, but you did it, and it was just kind of went too. That's the only part that kind of went on too long, kind of courting, bad acting, but that easily could have been the conversation they've had between the Bucks and Hangman. But Hangman, he stuck with his guys. So he's not the coolest pals, the Dark Order. But you know what? Hangman sticks with them. You know what? And coping skill. And you know what? I respect that Adam Page sticks with the people who stuck by him. That was the right move. Wasn't the coolest move, but I think it's helping Adam Page get over. So we'll see. But I think that was maybe the one moment. It was like, I don't know. But it's nice to see the who the Bucks are going to get. I'm interested in this trio match. I mean, the Bucks are fun to watch, that's for sure, and we'll see what happens. All right. And right from there, so I guess it's the fifth segment. The next match is Luchasaurus versus Anthony Henry. I don't know much about him, but the announcers got him over. Like, it's going to be a tough match. Jungle Boy is the announcer. I really like how Jungle Boy, like, they were asking him about his battle with Christian Cage, and then they went over quickly how Luchasaurus was just keeping Christian Cage safe till Jungle Boy came back. And it's like, it doesn't make any damn sense. But you know what? Jungle Boy had, ever since I've been around Christian Cage, he's always been a step ahead. So I had to be 2 steps ahead of Christian Cage. Like, oh, that makes sense. It makes more sense now. You had a plan. You guys had this planned out. I like that Luchasaurus had a quick squash match. He needs to get built up. So I enjoy that. We're building up Jungle Boy. We're giving credit to the relationship between Christian Cage and Jungle Boy. Like, Jungle Boy, theoretically, he learned something. So now Jungle Boy has upped his game from Christian, but now he's out for revenge. Okay, so it brought it all together. It makes sense. I'm looking for that. Christian comes with a rant. What I don't like, I love that Jungle Boy went and attacked Christian, but they stopped him too easy. Let Jungle Boy get through a little bit. Let him get through a little bit. So remember, hey, I'm not a wrestler, but I'm a fan. All right, and I loved it, but I think let him get through. Let him get over a little stronger. But in contrast, when Luchasaurus came through, he started kicking ass and choke slamming people. So it just made Luchasaurus look that much stronger. How much time we got? All right, I got to get to the main event. There was 16 or 17 segments, but I just want to go through everything because this was, from top to bottom, it really was just an action-packed show, and I really enjoyed it. But I'm going to keep going. I want to give everyone credit because I like pretty much everything that happened. But I got to call it like I see it. But I'm moving on. Yeah, not everyone gets a damn trophy. All right? Participation, you're supposed to. That's what you're supposed to do. All right, moving on. The Redeemer Mero has a nice little interview, a quick interview. I didn't quite understand what was going on, what happened. Like, apparently, there was a gift offered by Malachi Black in the House of Black. Mero looks intimidating. He has a strange, very sick character, he's working for his god, and he's calling the House of Black, but heathen, what's he calling them? A bunch of, I'm forgetting the word, but worshippers of something else, right? Pagans, whatever, right? And I guess he accepts the gift, whatever it was, but he gives another reference. It's kind of sweet. He's always referencing his wife, Lana, whatever her name is, but he rejects Julia because he says, there's only one who gets to touch the Redeemer. And it's kind of sweet, It's kind of sweet, It's a good message for the kids, It's a good message for the kids. All right? Say no to them hoes, You got a good woman, stick with it. It's kind of corny, but I like it. It's a good message. So I'm with the Redeemer there. I'm with the Redeemer there, and hanging with my voice, okay, guys. But it does build up the Aleister Black confrontation, however that's going to go down. I look forward to that. I wonder what they're going to do. There's a lot of darkness in this potential matchup. What's going to go on? Again, another Lana reference. Is she going to come back? Is Miro going to come? Miro had some. He had a faction with Trent Barretta and Chuck Taylor, or did he? I don't know. They had a fight. I don't know who the hell's who's friends with who. I'm making a mistake there, but I want to move on. I'm forgetting everyone's name. Will Hobbs interview. Anyway, I'm looking forward to Miro and Malachi Black. I'm just wondering why they brought that and Sting up at the same time. Sting, Miro, I don't know. They brought it up, so I'm just keep that in mind. Did they do it for a reason? It seemed like this show was linked. Everything led to the next thing. All right. So just keep that in mind. I just noticed that Sting was kind of rivaling Malachi and now Miro. So we'll see. We'll see what's up. You can't take on the House of Black on yourself. Even the Redeemer needs somebody to back him up. Will Hobbs interview gets invited to the factory. I'm not digging the factory right now. I don't know. There's a lot of guys in it that are cool. It's a little muddied right now. Will Hobbs obviously has he brings up his rivalry with Ricky Starks. Are they going to align? I don't know. I really like Team Taz. Maybe I'm hating on that because I like Team Taz, and maybe those guys want to wrestle each other. But I don't know if I see Will Hobbs in maybe the factory. And the thing is, the factory is like generic because you just it's not the dream, it's not the nightmare factory anymore, So, and then it's just too many damn. I said this the one thing I didn't like. It's just too many damn factions. You can't keep up with who's friends with who. Like, everyone wants to be the mean girls. Like, Will Hobbs can stand alone, And if everyone's aligned, it takes away from surprises. But that's minor stuff. I think they do need to address it, but I'm moving on. Will Hobbs gets invited to the factory, and he just looks too cool for those guys, to be honest. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit. He's a Bay Area guy, but you know what? I like Will Hobbs. We'll need some cooler friends. How do you like that? Jay Lethal, I'll never get invited to the factory now. Oh well. All the lone wolf. Oh! Right, Jay Lethal. Just the intro. I love how he always pays homage to the Macho Man. Dun, 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 and then the beat. I love it. He challenges Wardlow. I love just watching Jay Lethal work. He's in another faction. Out comes FTR. I love FTR, but just let me restate that. I like how so there's Jay Lethal's faction. I don't know who the new guys are. I've known these guys. I've seen the big tall man before. I'm not hip, but he looks like a. But the announcer did a great job. AEW team, fantastic. Telling me what happened over the weekend. Apparently, Wardlow got slammed and beat up by this team of Jay Lethal's. But Jay Lethal wants the belt. All right, great. Wardlow comes out tough, like, hey, we want you. Wardlow's like, hey, I'll take all three of you, but boom, here comes FTR. FTR came out with all the belts from the Ultimate Dragon. I don't know if this was a botch or not, but who was supposed to be under the ring? And everything happened quick. But there was a moment in that little interaction, where Jay Lethal had to take the big rig. I was like, why is Jay Lethal always have to take the big shots? I think a lot of Jay Lethal, a tremendous Ring of Honor champion. He's been around a long time. I mean, guys like Ric Flair respect Jay Lethal. I don't know if I would have always given Jay Lethal the big shot, but hopefully Jay Lethal gets a win out there, and maybe I'd like to see Jay Lethal as TNT champion. I'm looking. The bottom line is this confrontation worked for me because I want to see Jay Lethal and Wardlow. A lot of moving parts, but hey, you know what? You don't want to see Wardlow lose fair and square. So, but you do want to see Jay Lethal with the belt. So it leaves it open. It leaves it open for a chance for Jay Lethal to be TNT champion. I would really appreciate that. I'm just entertained by Jay. All right. Moving on, segment 9 or scene 9. I counted. Jericho Appreciation Society. Love Daniel Garcia. I've seen a couple of times doing D&D scene over here. Once the Young Lions Cup, I saw him at West Coast Pro take on Jacob Fatu. Really like that guy. I knew this guy was going places. Looking forward to his matchup with Bryan Danielson. Almost said it. Almost said Daniel Bryan, but I didn't. I like that he called himself the Dragon Slayer. I like that he said, you should be thanking me for giving you a vacation after I hurt you. Love it. Like Daniel Garcia, just low-key, a good wrestler. He could just make you hate his ass. First time I saw that guy, I just love that dude. So, and then Anna Jay randomly chokes a girl who said Daniel Garcia wasn't the Lion Slayer. Anna Jay is really pretty. She's strong. She's tough. Jericho Appreciation Society. More on them in a minute, but that segment ends. Ricky Starks versus Aaron Solo, the pride of South San Francisco. Seen Aaron Solo all over the place. I've seen him. I think it was All Pro Wrestling. I've seen him everywhere. I'm for this game. Even though Ricky Starks is one of my favorites. Also representing the factory, Aaron Solo. Aaron Solo, I think I'd love to see Aaron Solo change his look, just get a little dirty, get a little nasty. He looks like a superhero. I think he's just maybe changed his look to just differentiate himself. Because I want to see that. I want to see this guy do something. He's like a nice guy. I don't know him personally, but Pride of South San Francisco makes me happy because I live in San Bruno, which is just south of South San Francisco. To put on a nice quick match, Ricky Starks is fantastic. He's posing right in the middle of the ring. JR's calling him on it. I didn't realize they were former tag team partners. There's just a wealth of knowledge in that announce booth. I don't know if I need to know all that, but hey, you know what? they're building up a match. They if you haven't seen a show, like I haven't, I've been busy, got a new job. They're just the team just doing a great job, very quick, in putting some hype, putting some weight behind this match, some stakes on it. It's like, hey, I'm taking on my own tag team partner. So early in the match, Starks gets tripped by some of the Nightmare Factory. I don't know who it is. I'm gonna say Solo needs a new look. He needs to be, if he's gonna be a bad guy. Hey man, go all in, bro. Go all in. You can do it. I believe in you. If you're gonna be part of the Nightmare Factory, bro, dress like a nightmare. I'm giving you license. Get the respect you deserve, even if you gotta beat it out of people. Rep South City, man. I'm for you. All right. In any event, Starks gets the win. This Camarado guy is huge, but the highlight of the whole thing was a tremendous spine buster on Camarado. I don't want to go into it too much because I'm not sure exactly where this is leading as far as this interaction. But a bunch of stuff happens. The Nightmare Factory, who earlier recruited Hobbs, Ricky gets away, and he runs out there and he poses out the side, and we'll see where it goes. But the moral of the story is Hobbs is furious that Starks won. He gets a screen TV and breaks it. I'm like, bro, I'll take that TV. You can always have. I'll take a backup TV. But no matter how they get there, I'd like to see Hobbs and Starks a lot. Another guy from the Bay, Hobbs. Seen him all around. First time at All Pro Wrestling. Happy for him. But he's made it. Hobbs is already. He looks like he belongs there. He already belongs there. Him and Ricky Starks, looking forward to that rivalry and the match. More heat on it. Like I said, I'm not sure where the rest of the storyline is going with the Nightmare Factory. But as long as they get to see those guys in there kick each other's ass, we'll see. There's probably a swerve coming in there. But give me some more Hobbs and Ricky Starks. I'll take that. All right, how much time do I got? 11. I got to move quickly. Okay, the Gun Club. They're upset. I think they lost the Acclaim in the garbage can match. I don't know what Dad was. I don't know what Billy Gunn was mad at. Are they breaking up? But it leads to a scene where Dad has him in a match with Danhausen and Redbeard. Love Danhausen. He just comes there and just makes a scene. He just has a presence there. The guys seem to like him. Gunn seems to like him. I look forward to watching that match. But another while Dad's giving the Gun Club the business, Papa Gunn, someone else tries to offer them to come into their faction. And I was thinking, just too many damn factions. Hey, you're all friends. Did everyone have to be friends? Just too many. Just wait. It's just too much to remember. I gotta work. I got things I gotta do. All right. I already do enough homework. I work and I study to stay a good therapist, stay on top, do my ethical duty. All right, change lives. All right, you guys. I don't want to do more homework. I just want to enjoy what's going on. All right. But I'm moving on. All right. Orange Cassidy, another one. Orange Cassidy is getting recruited by Superstardom. Ari Dave. I don't know these guys yet. So it just makes it hard to. I'm happy these guys. I'm not hating on you guys for getting on air. Dude, make that money, bro. Do what you got to do. But as far as me being able to keep up, it's just a little too much. A little too much, right? Not everyone needs to be like. You can have a manager, but that's the way it's going. Go with it. Fine. All right. On to the next. Jade Cargill, TBS Women's Champion, defending her championship versus Madison Rayne. I guess she fought last week. I haven't seen Madison Rayne in a while. I didn't recognize her. It was really nice to see her. But getting back to Jade Cargill, I think she's probably the most dominant wrestler, or at least the most dominant champion in AEW. She has size, she's athleticism. I'm not hip enough to know how good a wrestler she is, but I believe in her. She looks strong. She's badass, right? But I like what they did here. They gave her a worthy opponent. I mean, I love Madison Rayne in TNA. What the heck was the name of the group? She was part of Beautiful People. I forget who the originals were, but love Madison Rayne. She had some early moments. She looked crafty. She didn't feel like she had a real shot because Jade's just so dominant, but she was definitely credible. There was one moment where Jade had to duck down to, it was like kind of a blockbuster where Madison's on the corner, and she jumps. She's just not tall enough to do the blockbuster on Jade. So Jade has to duck down. So that was like the one moment I was like, kind of came back to reality. But the announcers again, they sold that Jade blocked it and they had her back. And I'm sure Taz has known Madison Rayne for a long time, but it was nice to see her back. Otherwise, it was pretty good. Madison just definitely has a presence. I'll tell you another thing that AEW needs to work on. So much cool shit happens during the picture-in-picture. I wanted to get up and get a beer or something, right? No drinking on the job. But Madison Rayne had, Jade Cargill had Madison Rayne up in this gorilla press. And I'm like, dang, why waste that? This is great. You're showing that you have this powerful woman who just looks like an athlete. She just looks great. She looks like a star. And I just like, wait, come on, AEW. Let the wrestlers know what they're doing. You know, like don't waste that on a damn picture-in-picture. What if someone went to go use the restroom? All right. I also like the pace that Jade wrestles at. This was like the one contrasting match, the high pace everyone else was doing. Mox and Jericho had a fight too. But I like that. I like how she wrestles. She wrestles how like a big, tall, badass basketball playing model should wrestle. Yeah. So yeah. So the ending was cool. So she they're hyping up that's what hyping up the win streak. There was a little back and forth. Jay missed the pump kick. She made Madison look good. There was a kind of reverse, but then boom into the glam slam. Boom. Good night. I don't know what she calls it, the jaded, but it's a damn glam slam. Love it. I love how she makes a pin. She dominates the pin. She gets her by the leg. And, she just looks dominant. I love it. Yeah, I'm not really sold on the baddie section. I don't love the baddie section, but it's hard. I just love Jade Cargill. She just makes the group. But from the baddie section comes Athena. So, I gotta say about the glam. I gotta. JR said something. It was JRB and JR. She put some barbecues on the jaded, and like JR, you're the best. So I always gotta talk about the announcers. It's my favorite part of wrestling. They make the damn show, or at least a show on TV. But yeah, Jade put some barbecue sauce on her jaded glam slam. But Athena attacks from behind. Athena, boy, in NXT and WWE, she looked like she had a chance. But Jade just looks so damn dominant compared to Athena. And Athena, I like Athena. She was good in WWE. She looked like she had a chance, but boy, they gotta keep that. The TNT was it the TBS Championship? I love that belt. it's another chance. You just leave Jade alone. Just let Jade be dominant and let her grow right before our eyes. I think the belt was probably made for her. It's a great idea. Let the other women fight for the AEW Women's Championship. And speaking of AEW Women's Championship, champion Thunder Rosa. She had a promo with Tony Storm. And what do you have it? Chris Statlander's hurt again. Bing. Boink. What'd she do? Bloop. Whatever. She can't. Boop. She's out, which is sad. But I guess Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa were friends. Now Tony's the number one contender. Will they stay friends? Dun! Break up to make up. We'll see. Thunder Rosa's a champ. Thunder Rosa's a gem. I really like Thunder Rosa. Any match he's in, it'll be a good match. But we'll see. We'll see. But I like that. You just keep on building up Jade Cargill. Keep her away from Thunder Rosa. Keep her away from the other top contenders. Who am I thinking about? Why is it missing? Why is my mind blanking? Oh my goodness, the dentist. Keep away from Britt Baker. Keep her away from Britt Baker. Let her grow, so you can get a really big match with Thunder Rosa and Baker, and keep on building her like Goldberg. But she's not as annoying. She's not as explosive as Goldberg, but not as annoying. Anyway, Thunder Rosa, I look forward to whoever she does. I really enjoy her, but not the coolest promo. Batter's running low. Okay. All right, and then we get a bunch of matches. Like I said, they made official Daniel Garcia versus Bryan Danielson. I'm looking forward to that. The main event of the evening. And I'm just going to point out the little things. I'm not going to go play by play, but I'm going to point out the things that I really liked in this match. And I was looking forward to the entrance and the music, right? But before all that, there's, again, selling the last student of the dungeon, which is telling me there's going to be violence. There's going to be something a little bit different. They're foreshadowing this match. So great job, announce team, again. And Regal was on the mic. I always enjoy that. Looking forward to Judas. But Jericho comes out to zombie music. Interesting. It was kind of shocking because, oh shit, what's going on, right? So he comes out to that. He's dressed like the Lionheart. I mean, they're really selling this. Like I was thinking, was this a mistake? The fans seem disappointed. They're just selling this Lionheart. I saw. If you're on social media, you're seeing all kinds of like ECW like death matches with Jericho of that, right? Fans are disappointed. They did a great job of making sure he was the heel in this match, right? They made you not like Jericho. So great job. Even though I wanted to sing Judas, hey, I had a sore throat, so you helped me out. All right. So great little move there. I mean, it did. You know, Jericho didn't get to sing along. You didn't get to sing along with Jericho. I still enjoyed the match. I was rooting for Jericho. I want to see one more run because he's a really interesting character. I like him as a heel Jericho, right? But it made it serious, right? It made it serious that not having a sing along before your match made this a more serious match. We kind of missed the moment, but you give and take. So now you know who the heel is. I'm going for the bad guy. How you like that? All right. Only have a few more minutes. Hope my voice lasts. All right. Yeah, here we go. 52. But great move there, right from the start. And of course, I had turned up the sound just to hear both their music. And I'm like, wow, bang. All right. Again, the announcer doing a great job. February 29th, 2020 is when Mox won the belt from Jericho. Now, that's a long time. That's why I was really rooting for Jericho. hoping he has another reign. I want to see that again. I want to see that magic. Excuse me. All right. I'm hanging in there. Regal's there selling that he taught that he taught Mox all Jericho's weaknesses. This is great. All this selling of this death match, all kinds of mess ups that's going to happen. Boom! Jericho comes out with a couple of arm drags, and the whole announce team, Regal, especially Regal and Taz, is like they're selling fundamentals. You could win with fundamentals. This is the old dungeon, right? I'm like, whoa, this is good. And you got Excalibur selling the Jericho's advantage, his time in Mexico with the submissions, and you got Regal fighting for boxing. Hey, in our group we know he's prepared. So you got like you're seeing this cool thing. They mentioned Audrey. Audrey got a. I like Audrey. She's probably my favorite official. How you like that? Just teasing over there. You're welcome. Anyway. Yeah. So but again, eventually it turns into a dirty brawl, which got really good. All right. Not gonna go match by match, but another brilliant maneuver to keep Jericho as the heel. Mox has an earring. Pulled it. He pulled out his earring. Mox has his earring pulled out by Jericho. He sold it like I'm gonna do it, and he did it. Right. Not the best, but it was good. Even though Regal liked it, I would have done the same thing. So would have Mox. Right. And this is what it's meant to be. And it felt like a fight. I'm watching a fight. I'm like, this is, man, it was physical, right? I loved it. Another thing about Regal, he always stays credible. He's had just some funny stuff. He kissed Vince McMahon's ass, and he's a man, such a man. But he does a good job of maintaining his credibility because of his background. You know, the Blackpool, what do you call it? The Blackpool Combat Club, and he stays credible. So on the when he talks, he has gravitas, and it makes them when him and Taz are talking, they're talking shop. It's believable. Then you add Excalibur, he can be the guy who says something stupid because there's just too much respect in there. So Excalibur knows what he's talking about. But who are you going to say? Jim Ross, you're wrong, or whatever, right? Speaking of that, they had a squabble over it's the interim championship. Jared's like, hey, Mox is the man, right? You know, so it's hard to, unless you have like a little bit of nerdism in you, or a little, Michael Cole, you're not going to contradict Jim Ross. But whatever, I like what they're doing. All right, more highlights. I love the underhook backbreaker. I used to play that in SmackDown. If I would create my character, they'd always have the double underhook backbreaker. He brought out all kinds of moves. Boom. And all the foreshadowing led to Jericho breaking out all kinds of fancy submissions. I don't know if he learned them in Mexico. I don't know if he learned them in the dungeon, but they were coming out, and he brought the new, like these old school, and he brought, and the old and the new. Maybe he was getting married. You just need some blue. He could have got married. Borrowed in blue. But he did the lion salt. He did the underhook. Don't go away. No! I'm not done yet. Anyway, the submissions. It was great. So every you were looking forward, like this might happen. They built it up so good. It's the hype, and a lot of it happened, during the night, and so it was great. It was everything built up to this moment, and everyone did a great job. And again, back to the dungeon, the Bret Hart, the figure four off the post. I loved it. Brought up Bret Hart himself, and it looked really painful the way Jericho put it on. I didn't know if he knew how to do it. It just looked hella painful. Mox goes to the crippler crossface. He shall not be named. He who shall not be named. That's fucked up, but he existed. So, with the crippler crossface. And there it goes. they had a whole segment where there's a commercial where there's where Mox is in the walls of Jericho, and it's just like, damn, dude, whatever. But I'm not, beggars can't be choosy. I didn't pay for it. I paid for cable. That's for damn sure. That's quite expensive. But I enjoyed the damn match. What I liked about that whole sequence was they were fighting in and out. There was some punches. It looked like, man, this looks like not UFC, but it was like they're in there like, I'm not going to let you just keep me in this damn thing, and I'm not going to let your ass just get out of it. So they're fighting, and it looked believable. Those crazy ass dudes, they're getting. Not only are they believable, but the announcers, they're selling their credibility. So I'm sucked into this, right? So great job. And I brought, and I didn't realize why they were doing this. Another gem here. The reason why Jericho and who was Excalibur was, I think it was Excalibur arguing with JR, but JR's like, forget this interim belt. Mox is the man. And for some reason, Excalibur's like, and he has to be the one to do this. Who else is going to contradict JR? No, but this is the facts. He's the interim, right? Okay, what the fuck? For what for, right? But it's foreshadowing, right? Anyway, I just want to go into that. So Mox sells the legs, but Jericho goes for the springboard side, out, brought it back. Mox just tosses it to the side. But I think Mox went to the top and did like not the best axe handle, but from the outside like a Macho Man axe handle, not like Mach, but not as good. But it was a big deal because Mox never does that, and then now Sir Silling does that, and then they get back in the ring and Mox going up again, and they're like, "What's this? What are you doing?" And sure enough, he misses it. I'm like, "Oh shit!" They're selling the mistake and they're selling the turnaround. So great job by the announcer. They're selling something. They're telling you something's going to happen, and it builds up the excitement when Mox goes up again. There's like, you think he's going to miss, and then boom, sure enough, he gets hit by the damn code breaker. Boom, and it turns the match around. Here's the one thing again. It seems like in every matchup, every main event, they botch something. This was a tiny botch. Guevara the guy gets too damn excited. He threw Floyd the bat over Jericho, but it wasn't that bad. A couple of pros were in there. They took care of it. Jericho and Moxley. He threw it over his damn head. Like, what? Dude, that was a bad throw, man. You need to ease up on the caffeine, bro. I used to say sometimes the main events didn't live up. This main event lived up. I'm not going to kill him for that. But damn, man. I am going to say this too. When you hit a guy with a bat, it should be fucking over, man. You can't be hitting people with bats. But whatever. Mox is the fucking nut, right? Another thing too. The announcers are saving Jericho. The near end where the Judas effect is broken out for the first time. It was buckle. For some reason, they always open up. So Jericho pulls. It was set up well. Jericho pulls out the buckles. Aubrey moves the buckles, and that's what's set up. JR brings up, why is the referee doing housekeeping? But there was a method to the buckles. It was to, Aubrey clears them out of the way, so she could be not looking when Guevara throws it. I think they could have been a little more clever because JR is like, why is Aubrey doing that, right? So they could have been a little bit more clever there. All right, because the JR's calling out, like, damn, now you make JR look stupid, right? Which he does, and I'm just saying, you do what you got to do. I mean, that was I'm nitpicking, but I got to call it like I see it. But I still enjoyed the match, and they fixed it up. It wasn't even a factor, right? And they sold that Jericho had a broken nose. Boom. They get out of that. The Lion Tamer. I love the original Lion Tamer with the knee in the back. Jericho brought all those moves back. I just loved it. Mox escaped. The ending was surprising, but it was realistic. Rear naked choke. Mox Jericho. And I wanted Jericho to win. I was looking forward to some Jericho magic, right? One more run. All right. I'm still going, so I'm gonna keep going. It was realistic because if you're sweaty and bloody, like that, you slip right under that the chin, and you're in there. it's easier to choke. It's easier to choke someone when they're in that bloody, sweaty position, tired, and you got to tap out. There's no damn escape. I'm happy. It was realistic, but I was surprised. Like I said, someone's sweaty and bloody. That's what's going to happen. You're going to slip under the chin, and it was a realistic finish. I was surprised, but if you're getting choked like that, it's done. And I looked at the clock, like, what's going to happen? Okay. And I see Claudio and Eddie Kingston. And anyway, wait, let me go back. Too many factions, like I said. But there was a big rush from the Jericho Appreciation Society. I'm talking fast. I know I got to end this pretty quick. And then Eddie Kingston and his bunch, and they're fighting. And they set it up where it was nice to see Guevara back out there, even though he annoys me on social media. But anyway, the Jericho Appreciation Society has Mox outnumbered. They're gonna hit him with the belt. I think they should have Floyd instead of the belt. Something really dangerous looking. But anyway, Mox is in peril, right? And who comes out? Open my eyes. What do you see? The cult of personality. And he comes out and just like the young guys are selling like fucking crazy. Like he just comes out. They made him look like freaking King Kong. I think it was Garcia and who else totally went down, and who else? Guevara just misses a splash, and CM Punk's kicking ass, and Mox just had a hell of a match. He gets up the double fingers, and it's on. I can't wait to watch. This was really good. You had a really good match. It was sold well throughout the day. I was excited. The whole show was like a build up to this with everything linked together. Great show. I was really excited about the main event in a major pro wrestling national, whatever the hell AEW is, big time wrestling show. And it didn't disappoint. Really liked it. The ending was really realistic. And like shit, if you got someone in a damn, if you got someone in a chokehold, they're sweaty and bloody, that's it. Perfect. It ended fine. But then bam. And I was wondering what JR was fighting with Excalibur about the interim championship and the true champion CM Punk. This true champ is back and they got a battle. Who are you gonna cheer for? Who's gonna be the bad guy? CM Punk can play both roles. Moxley has no respect. I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to wrestling. I really like that show. AEW really delivered on Dynamite. I might even watch Rampage. So great show. AEW, nice job. CM Punk, happy you're back. And I was surprised twice. Once by CM Punk, and once by Sting in the coffin. Okay, so if you can catch a wrestling fan being surprised, so much shit's been done, but great job, AEW. All right, and with that, this has been Gary Lamb with Gary Lamb Intimate. Oh, sorry, Panda, you okay? Come here, buddy. Don't cry. Hey, what's wrong? Oh, I almost hurt. You okay, baby? It's okay. All right, Gary Lamb Intimate Mania, and a very dramatic Panda. Say bye, Panda. God bless you. Keep it real. Keep it clean.